Toen hebben we die standaard gekregen.
Dat kom maar weer op. Maar weer op. Oké. Dat is maar. Nee, zo van.
Dat is erin.
Nee, wacht nee. Zo'n die zijn net nog hè?
Ja.
Hoe spelen we het weer? Gooi er weer gaat ze? Ja. Nee? Goed moet even bestemmen.
We hebben de poort onder.
Anybody who's passing, I know they have so they can come along here.
Yeah, next hole's the knee.
Good right here then.
Huh?
Right here.
Seem to win there.
Come on! Hold it in these boxes! Come on!
Hey, hey! Hoppla! Hoi, op daar weer.
Jamie.
Hallo. Hoi. Kim giờ là bên nào đen?
Ở đây vậy.
Tôi đâu biết.
Ok. Pass.
Sao đó phải?
Hey.
Ừ.
Hả? Nấu. Undermålig nå, sier du det.
Nå er det da. Kigger mig lægges for. Erik. Johnny!
Stor dårlig kick opp der, vei. Hvor dårlig der, vei.
Come on, dear, right back. Come on, dear, right back, line.
Hey.
Hi, Joe Keller.
Ja.
Party's about it. Hey, Jerry.
Lose it all.
Now, come on, Charlie.
Wait, wait, wait.
Get on, Jimmy Bum.
Hey, hold ya.
Get a bit of lead, Jerry.
I don't know, way better. Press me on.
That's all, man.
Too sharp.
Well done, Cam, lad. Well done, Cam, boss. Well done, Cam.
Eddie, get into it.
Right, Sully. Bring up high.
Ready, it's up.
Have you got the other batteries there? Is the other batteries there? Right. Keep them back, keep the kids back up in the gear.
What's that?
Keep the kids back in the gear, go back. Just as we're swinging there.
Still in back, is it?
Still a three?
What? I thought that was done in back. Three pairs of doubles, wasn't it?
Now, come on, that's it, Eddie.
Very good save, Jerry, wasn't it?
You see a couple in there. Keep them in the gear there now. Score.
2-1. Oi. Yellow.
No? And you try to keep
That's Johnny,
and you
go
try to keep them weird, yeah?
Well done, Kim.
That's him now. Keep him back.
Good game. Oi, upp där Willa. Oi. Upp där Willa.
Nej, jag får inte ganska kort, jag kan göra det.
Oi.
Ganska kort. Ganska kort.
Hey, go back. Go back.
Hard the ladies, you never rattle there. Hard the ladies. Hard the ladies there, rattle. Hard your fella. All right, have it good.
Oi. Back smart again.
Good, Charlie.
Mấy cuồng phải buồn lắm đấy. Mấy cuồng buồn. Half the round again. Ah, come on, silly. Oh, Jesus. You can't even get no food out.
Come on, Kim! Now come on, Otis. Oh, come on, Charlie!
I have 2 stores to leave us.
Right up, Kim.
No food there.
No.
Come on, Kim. Come on, Kelly, you fat boy.
Muy bien, ¿no?
Keep him real, huh?
Come on, Delanys, come on, Delanys.
Move it.
Come on, Delanys!
Well done, Gerard. Tommy, son! on, Arthur!
No, you're in.
Come back over that yellow.
Well, on, Kim, come on in, Kim. Come on, Mickey, Cox, come on. Come on, Pat Collins.
Come on, Delanys! Come on, Pat, let's keep it going, come on!
Wow, Kim. Come on, all right, back there.
2 minutes left.
Come on, Delanys!
First 50 in the game, is it?
All right, party.
Come on, Delanys!
Well done, Stevie. Well done, Arthur. Well done, Arthur. Well done, Arthur.
Come on, Delanys!
10 yards left.
Come on, Delanys! Come on, Delanys!
Well done, Kim.
Come on out!
Watch till he gets it. What points for 5?
Come on out, Delanys!
Stay back.
Sit nå, Oliver. Ja, fint. Väst tycker du nog.
Håll det.
Det blir jag.
Men, ni vill låna?
The one yesterday come out?
Perfect.
Did it? Did the one that I filmed of you in the race come out?
Come on, Delanys!
Bra det.
What do the PNDs there?
Thank you very much. What is that fella?
16.
Huh?
16 år.
Yeah, he said to be, I think how long he is. He's come with the tape as well, I think, I suppose we should get the tape as well.
Come on, here you go. Up top here, ma'am.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Hey, Willie! Hey! That's why you're dropping out smoking.
Come on, Delanys! Come on, Delanys! Come on, Delanys!
Take it from there. Look.
Come on, Delanys! Come on, Delanys!
Come on out of here. How long can you that?
3 hours.
3 hours.
Det är för en begin taxi på.
Come on, Delanys!
Men det är för en begin. Det är för en koppar på. Det fyller.
Come on, Delanys!
Oh, party!
Come on! Come on, Delanys!
Kan vi do det, Jan? Jan, kan vi do bäst?
Come on, Delanys! Come on, Delanys!
Det bara nog. Tyvärr. Det hade nog bäst att det fick ju inte gå på.
Come on now, Delanys!
Hej på det. Jag vet inte vad.
Kör du ihop?
Ja, finns det? Hur ska du åka? Det är
Terrible.
Come on, Delanys!
du Wolf over? Du Wolf? Du stop? Ja. Gör vi det?
Kommer han igen? Okej.
Come on, Delanys!
Vi spelar dem på Cindy. Har vi sett ganska stort.
Come on, Delanys! Come on now, Delanys!
Come on now, Delanys!
Ja, det gör det.
Fucking crazy.
Darren!
Någon gör det. Còn thì phải liên hả? Bạn có liên bác hả?
Mấy trong này có
Chắc với nhà dân thì chắc với nhà
Kom aan. Wij die horen het me. Score. Four points. That isn't it. Four points, isn't it? Good goal. Come on, come to the... Watch your back! Det var flere åpne. Betyr noe der. Ja, flere. Vad säger ni nu? Ni är lite mer stangen där. Det är nog det 10 minuter. Kom Delanys, ta dig! Jag kunde se fram emot det kan man. Jag menar, One, 20 boys. Один из инспекторов. I mean, he's kicking over very bad. I mean, he's kicking over. He's shocking the first half. He's doing better in the second half. Tu fallait mal, le Saint-Jean. Tu fallait mal, le
Come on, get it down around the area. He picked the ball up on the goal.
You can, huh? You can. That's it, yeah. And I say it's 3 hits in.
Actually, he wasn't all that good.
Just that. That's the kitchen you ordered, isn't it? Yes, that's the kitchen you ordered.
Go on, go over it, Eddie! Go on, keep it up with it, go on! Go on! Go on!
Time is it now? That's 4. 2 pints. Pints, is it? I think just...
Go on, Eddie! Go on, Kieran, get it!
Jo, det var ju fan det ser. Höjt det så. Is it draw, is it?
So like, there's an unfair result.
Huh?
Solve an unfair result.
Kick him coming off, yeah, kick him the cross. You get him in ducks up.
Who gets the cup now, Dad? They left the half, I think. If one has to pass it, one has to reset it.
Every week, mate. You have no way, was it?
Nah, the nights are gone.
Yeah.
Now that list of saves again. Save A by Gay Sheeran. Save B, Charlie Nelligan. Save C, Pat Donnan. Save D, John Summers. Save E, Martin Furlong. Save F, Michael Creedon. Save G, Martin Furlong again. Save H, Peter Green. And finally, save J by Pádraig Coyne. And the same procedure for entering as in the goals competition. Entries must be on postcards with your 1, 2, 3 preference on the right-hand side of the card and your name and address on the left-hand side. Then address your postcards to the football. We've got a variety of exciting goals and saves. We start with the goals, and the first one is goal A, scored by Jim Green for Waterford when they played Offaly in the National League at Walsh Park at the end of February. A lot of rain in the last few days. Stephen Green for Waterford, pass to Pat Kern, right across to the unmarked Tom Casey. The corner forward ran into position well for that. Jim Green, and in the back of the net it is. What marvellous anticipation that was. Marvellous, delightful work by Waterford. Goal B was scored by Billy Fitzpatrick for Kilkenny in the quarter-final of the league against Galway last March in Semple Stadium, Thurles. Silly getting it onto his stick, losing it. Lost it now to Kieran Brennan. This is Chris Stack. So just 20 minutes gone when Billy Fitzpatrick levels up with that smashing goal for Kilkenny. Goal C, the scorer Mick Brennan of Kilkenny in the National League final which they played in April against Wexford in Croke Park. Liam Fennelly coming out under it. Jack Russell alongside him. The pass to Mick Brennan. Oh, he was bounced off it by John Conran. He's got the shot in, it's in the net. Goal D scored by Brendan Birmingham, the Offaly centre-half forward against Wexford at the start of the Leinster Championship in May. Tom Conneely starting at midfield, now left half back. Jack Russell way out from the square, knocked away from by Pádraig Horn. This is Pat Kerwin. Pat Kerwin now playing at midfield, dangerously going in. This is Brendan Birmingham. A goal! Yes, that's Brendan Birmingham. Goal E was scored by Tony Dorn, the Wexford full forward against Offaly in that same Leinster Championship match at Croke Park last May. Johnny Murphy, Pat Delaney, the number 6, Johnny Murphy for Wexford. Tony Dorn has it in his hand, it's a goal, yes! Once Tony Dorn gets it in his hand, he's been the most dangerous forward in hurling for so many years, and proof of it here. Goal F was scored by Shawnee O'Leary for Cork when they played Clare in the Munster semi-final in Thurles on June the 20th.
Tim Crowley, ball bounces off the boss of his hurley, comes back to Crowley. The hand pass is to Tom Cashman. Jimmy Barry Murphy knocks away from him. This is Shawnee Leary. It had to be a goal. And Shawnee couldn't miss.
Goal G, the scorer here was Johnny Flaherty for Offaly against their Leinster neighbours Laois when they replayed their provincial semi-final in July.
Eugene Coughlin doing well. Under some pressure and having to kick clear towards Joachim Kelly at midfield. Joachim Kelly, nicely taken out of the air by Mark Corrigan. Mark Corrigan on the run. Blocked out by the right full-back, coming to Johnny Flaherty. A great shot and a great goal. When it broke, Johnny Flaherty picked it smartly and promptly stuck it in the net, and there's surely nobody better in hurling in that kind of opportunistic position than Johnny Flaherty.
Goal H was scored by Ray Cummins of Cork on his comeback to county hurling in the Munster final against Waterford in Thurles.
Johnny Buckley then to Tim Crowley. Back to Dermot McCurtain. There's confidence in that defence. Jimmy Barry Murphy then for Cork. Long shot for Ray Cummins. He gets it. Ray into his hand. Ray Cummins justifying his recall with magnificent fielding and scoring.
Goal J was got by Shawnee O'Leary, one of the 4 he scored for Cork in that provincial final against Waterford in July.
Pat Ryan bats it down. Tim Crowley gets it away. Pat Ryan and Tom Cashman. Cashman, beautiful skill. Into Ray Cummins again. Into his hand. He can't swing this time. Pat Horgan now. Across to Shawnee Leary. That's a goal. They're so devastating, these Cork forwards.
Goal K scored by Michael Connolly of Galway in their All-Ireland semi-final against Kilkenny on the 2nd Sunday of August in Croke Park.
I think this will be the last puck of the first half. Or will it? Not quite. Here it comes now. This is Michael Connolly going through. Still Michael Connolly. A goal! That is the last puck of the first half. Oh, what a great goal by Michael Connolly.
And now a reminder of the scorers again. Goal A scored by Jim Green. Goal B by Billy Fitzpatrick. Goal C by Mick Brennan. Goal D by Brendan Birmingham. Goal E by Tony Dorn. Goal F by Shawnee O'Leary. Goal G by Johnny Flaherty. Goal H by Ray Cummins. Goal J, Shawnee O'Leary again. And Goal K by Michael Connolly. And this is how you enter. Use postcards only, please, for your entries, and write your selection of 3 goals in 1, 2, 3 order on the right-hand side of the postcard, with your name and address on the left-hand side. And mail your entries to the Hurling Goals of the Year, P.O. Box 718, Gaelic Stadium, RTE, Dublin 4. And that address again, the Hurling Goals of the Year, P.O. Box 718, Gaelic Stadium, RTE, Dublin 4, to reach us before the 14th of December. And the judge for the hurling competitions, Pat Hartigan, the former great Limerick full-back. And All-Ireland tickets for the viewer whose correct selection from those that coincide with Pat's judgment is the first out in a draw. And as was the case last year, the player whose goal is Pat Hartigan's first choice gets a specially designed Waterford Crystal presentation piece. And now for the hurling saves of the year. Save A was made by Jim Troy, the Offaly goalkeeper, when they played Waterford in the National League in Waterford last February.
This is Waterford coming again. Eddie Nolan. Declan Fitzpatrick is the number 19. This is Pat Curran, full forward. That's great save by Jim Troy, because Jim Green had got his hurley to that and looked as if he was going to deflect it past Jim Troy.
Save B was made by Dave Sinnott, playing for Connacht in the Railway Cup final against Leinster on St. Patrick's Day in Tullamore.
Way ahead on the roll of honour. That's Dave Sinnott in some trouble, but he recovers in time. This is Ger Henderson, PJ Cuddy. That's the shot. That's a great save. Martin Brophy rushing in, but Dave Sinnott got up to it in time. That was marvellous goalkeeping by Dave Sinnott, and you can see why the Mayo-based Wexford man is on this Connacht team.
Save C was made by Noel Skehan of Kilkenny when they met their old rivals Wexford in the final of the National League in April.
Knocked down by John Henderson. This is John Fleming. He's got the shot. It was half blocked by Paddy Prendergast. That's a nice shot by Johnny Murphy. It's saved by Noel Skehan. Tony Doran. John Fleming now. What a chance. It's saved. What a great save by the goalkeeper, Tony Doran here. And Noel Skehan again. What marvellous goalkeeping by Skehan, and what great excitement down in that parallelogram. But my goodness, how did that ball stay out?
Save D was by Ger Cunningham of Cork in the Munster semi-final that was played against Clare in Thurles towards the end of June.
John Buckley, Enda O'Connor knocks it away from him. Enda O'Connor again. Outside him is Pascal Russell. Inside, Val Donnellan. Great save by Ger Cunningham. But Enda O'Connor and Val Donnellan nearly did it again.
Save E was made by Seamus Durack for Clare in that Munster semi-final in Semple Stadium against Cork on June the 20th.
This is Tom Cashman. Cork really are all over the place now. Kevin Hennessy. That's Jimmy Barry Murphy. That's a great save. That's another save. That was great stuff by Seamus Durack.
Save F was made by John Power, the Waterford goalkeeper, in the final of the Munster Championship against Cork in July in Thurles.
And young O'Sullivan gets the shot in. The goalkeeper, John Power, is out to it, grabbing it safely, and the clearance from John. Tim Crowley, first timing it. Ray Cummins, he's got it again. Must score again. No! John Power got to it, and John Galvin gets it away. Oh, that looked to be a carbon copy of Ray Cummins' previous goal, but John Power gets his body in front of the hand-pass attempt.
Save G was by Noel Skehan, this time Kilkenny's All-Ireland final victory over Cork at Croke Park on September the 5th last.
See the gale the way they're going now. This is Eamon O'Donoghue. This is Ray Cummins. This is Pat Horgan. Horgan's shot is low. It's blocked by Noel Skehan. Jimmy Barry is in there. And Noel Skehan gets it up quicker than you can say, Noel Skehan. Did you see that for brilliance, the way he got that up?
And here are those saves again. Save A made by Jim Troy. Save B by Dave Sinnott. Save C by Noel Skehan. Save D by Ger Cunningham. Save E by Seamus Durack. And Save F by John Power. And Save G by Noel Skehan. And follow the same procedure as when entering the goals competition, but put your saves entries on separate postcards, please. Your selection of saves in 1, 2, 3 order on the right-hand side of the card, with your name and address on the left-hand side of that card. Address the cards to the Hurling Saves of the Year, P.O. Box 718, Gaelic Stadium, RTE, Dublin 4. That address again, Hurling Saves of the Year, P.O. Box 718, Gaelic Stadium, RTE, Dublin 4. And clearly mark your cards for hurling so that they won't get into the football competition entries. And again, the closing date's the 14th of December. And again, 2 tickets for next year's All-Ireland hurling final to the viewer who's declared the winner of this saves competition. And all of us here in Gaelic Stadium would like to express our appreciation to Liam Mulvihill, the Director General of the GAA, for guaranteeing us those tickets and making the tickets available for both the All-Ireland hurling and football finals next year.
Well, you might like to know that the Kilkenny players have figured in those goals.
Remember, our judges were Sean O'Sheacon, the former Director General of the GAA for football, and Pat Hartigan, the great Limerick full-back for hurling. And obviously it wasn't an easy task that we set for them, so did they enjoy the experience? How about Sean?
It was an experience, and after the initial shock, I did begin to enjoy it, because I felt that there was something more to it than just picking something out of the air, that one goal is the same as another in many respects. So there had to be something more to decide which was the best goal of the year, and then which was a more difficult thing, I thought, was the best save of the year.
Why did you use the word shock?
Because I took it to be a very simple assignment initially, and it was only when I had seen the first run through that I said, look, there's something far more to this than I had anticipated.
Was there at any stage you were sorry you took on the job?
No, although I did find in this particular year of the goals, I think maybe more difficult than in previous years. And there's no use in saying at this stage why, but it will...
Yeah, we'll get back to that. Were they more difficult because there were better goals, the quality was higher?
Oh, yes.
Or because there weren't
because
better goals?
in my view, in the football, there were 6 excellent goals. And it was a question of picking the best out of that and other circumstances as well.
Pat Hartigan, did you find any particular difficulty in the fact that all of these players you were adjudicating on their goals or saves, that you've either played with them for the All-Stars and Munster, or you played against them?
Well, that's true, Mick. I played against most of these players from time to time, and the only regret I have, having watched the goals, that I didn't have a video for down the years, that I certainly might have stopped Ray Cummins and Tony Dolan from scoring a few goals. Should have been a big help to me, but unfortunately I hadn't then. But having looked at the goals and having looked at the saves, there is no doubt but there's a tremendous amount to be learned from having a real look at games, having a real look at scores, the style that players play with, the techniques, the rhythms, the class that comes out. A lot can be learned by teams and by counties if they study other teams.
But that is happening, to get away from the goals and saves at the moment. It's happening more and more now. I mean, so many counties have these videos and they're watching, studying their opponents before they play a game, aren't they?
That's right. A lot of counties look upon, a lot of people look upon hurling that it's just a game of hit the ball and go directed. But really, when you study the game, there is a tremendous amount of technical work put into it by teams and by counties. And there's a lot of concentration, there's a lot of passes and movements that are worked out prior to going on the field, and they don't appear to show up in the course of the game because everything happens so quickly, but they are there. And again, in team talks prior to these games, a lot of counties, a lot of team managers work on tactics and work on technical approaches to different attacks and different defences, as the case may be.
But there is this aspect too, Sean, even take when you're judging the saves, if a forward kicked the ball straight at the goalkeeper, or if he didn't put it, if he put it away from him, there is that aspect has to be taken into judging the save.
I felt so, and I felt that not only that the initial build-up by the attacking team, and how effective the scorer was in evading the defence, and again, as you say, was it a straight for the net, or did it come from the side, or whatever way it was eventually scored?
Okay, let's get down to specifics then. We'll start with the hurling, Pat, and with you. We'll start with the goals, and in reverse order, as we usually do. What about your number 3 goal?
Well, just before I come to my number 3 goal, Mick, I set before myself a number of basic principles which I was to follow, and follow for my goal of the year. First of all, the goal had to be the result of good attacking play rather than poor defensive play. And it had to be a constructive move, it had to have imagination, it had to have class. I won't use the word skill here, I'll use the word class, because we're talking about the goals of the year, we're talking about the goals of 1982. Inter-county players have skill, but now we'll talk about class as a change. So, looking at my goals of the year, in number 3, goal A scored by Jim Green. This goal illustrates how valuable open play is to any attack. It illustrates what, when it's used to perfection, that goals and scores can come from it. We have a situation where Pat Curran moves out into open space from the full forward position, collects a pass. Instead of sending it back into his own open space where he came from, he played it to his left, where Tom Casey again was moving out from open space, leaving Jim Green entirely on his own in a man-to-man situation. Tom Casey floats the ball in the path of the on-running Jim Green, and we all know the deadly finisher that Jim Green is. He delicately flicks the ball back for a tremendous score.
Okay, and you're in second place then?
In second place is Johnny Flaherty's goal. The reason what I like about this goal, we often hear of the cliche, the best form of defence is to attack. And This is typically outlined in Johnny Flaherty's goal. Eugene Coughlin controls the ball in defence at his own end line, brings it forward and then clears it. Okay, he clears it to safety. Joachim Kelly plays the ideal centre field man. He links with his defence and clears to his attack. Mark Corrigan swiftly gets the ball into his hand and sends a fast shot in the direction of the goal mouth. Tom Flynn, unfortunately, the Laois cornerback, has no alternative but to play the ball. If he lets the ball go, Johnny Flaherty will collect it behind him. He parries the ball down, and Johnny Flaherty has no hesitation in reading what Tom Flynn is doing, comes in front, collects the ball, and, as Johnny Flaherty does, plants it in the back of the net.
Right then, your winner, the goal of the year.
My winner is goal K scored by Michael Connolly. Now, the people might ask me, what is the difference between Michael Connolly's goal and my two previous choices for second and third? And it's this. All three goals have a tremendous amount of teamwork involved. But Michael Connolly's goal has a little different. It is a goal that has a lot more individualism, which under circumstances that Galway were playing in on that particular day, it was needed for a bit of individualism like what Michael Connolly produced to score the goal and to get Galway back into the game. And I have no doubt in saying that it was the best goal of 1982 by a long shot. The puck out, Brendan Linsky pulls Ger Henderson into the centre of the field, into the open space. Michael Connolly, for the puck out, stayed very much out to the right, reading the ball breaking behind Brendan Linsky and Ger Henderson, moves in, takes it on his stride on the Kilkenny 50-metre line, solos through, is tackled by Paddy Prendergast, still manages to control the ball, never breaks his stride, shortens his grip, drops the ball to his hip, and fires in a tremendous shot that even Noel Skehan couldn't stop. Undoubtedly the goal of 1982.
Okay, pass.
So the result then, goal K by Michael Connolly in first place, second goal G by Johnny Flaherty, and third goal A by Jim Green. And the winning entry, first out in a draw, was submitted by Bernard Comiskey, Drumcree, Collinstown, County Westmeath. And Bernard's prize is 2 tickets for the All-Ireland Hurling Final next September. Well, next, the saves of the year for hurling, and again we ask Pat Hartigan to take them in reverse order. So we'll start, Pat, with your number 3 choice.
I set before myself principles again which I was to follow, and that my save of the year, my 3 saves, had to be the result of a good save by the goalkeeper rather than a poor shot from the attacker. And secondly, the save had to be complemented by playing safely, that the ball had to be cleared or cleared to safety of some sort. So that leads me to my save, my third save, which is that by Noel Skehan in the All-Ireland final. Pat Horgan takes a pass on the run from Ray Cummins. At the top of the screen, Noel Skehan moves a metre from his goal line once Pat Horgan gains possession. And Pat Horgan bends the ball, but Noel Skehan reads it and deadens the ball, and in the clutter of players manages to rise it and play it to safety. It looks a simple save, but I think that is one of the great attributes of Noel Skehan's play. He can make a difficult shot look simple. And certainly it looked a simple save in the All-Ireland final, but it was a save that had a stamp of class on it.
And in second place then, what did you place?
In second place, Dave Sinnott's goal for Connacht in the Railway Cup final against Leinster and Tullamore. PJ Cuddy collected the ball on the 20-metre line, and Dave Sinnott's goal in adverse conditions managed to dive full length and stop the ball from the going into the net at the top corner, killed the ball on the end line, and he managed to scoop it out at the expense of a 65. It was a good save, and under adverse conditions, as I said earlier, but no doubt a save that is worthy of to be number 2 save for 1982.
And then your winning save?
My winning save is Save E by Seamus Durack. Again, one might ask me, what had Seamus Durack saved that all other saves hadn't? And it's this. Seamus Durack's save was hit on the volley by Jimmy Barrymurphy. A ball was palmed across the square by Kevin Hennessy. Jimmy Barrymurphy met it on the volley. In both other cases, the ball was struck from the hand by Pat Horgan in the case of Noah Skehan save, and by PJ Cuddy in the case of Dave Sinnott save. But Seamus Jurek managed to keep his eye on the ball as he came across from Kevin Hennessy, parried it, and never lost balance. Shawnee O'Leary doubled on the ball again, came off the post, and yet Seamus Jurek still had his eye on the ball, still had his balance to run on and collect it and bring it clear.
So the results here: first save E by Seamus Jurek, second save B by Dave Sinnott, and third save G by Noel Skehan in the All-Ireland final. And the first correct solution out of the draw comes from Derek Walsh, 14 Heather Grove, Ballybane, Galway. And again, tickets for the hurling final 83 is the prize here. Well, that's the hurling then, and of course there'll be Waterford Crystal trophies presented at a later date to the winning players, Michael Connolly and Seamus Jurek. Well, now let's turn to football and the goals with you, Sean O'Sheacon.
Well, like Pat, I had certain criteria that I operated on, and for the goals, I wanted something more than just the scoring of a goal. There was the build-up by the attack, and on top of that, I was looking for the overcoming or eluding the defence by the scorer, and then the final execution. And I had trouble in this way that, as I had mentioned to you earlier, that there were 6 excellent goals, and I found it very difficult to leave out eventually Mick Loftus of Dublin, and Peter McGinnity of Fermanagh, and Brendan Lowry of Offaly. And now we come to the third, the goal that I placed third, without any question of doubt, the most decisive goal of the whole year, the one that had been talked about more than all other goals put together. But because of what caused all that talk, I placed goal L in number 3 place, that's Seamus Darby's goal in the All-Ireland final. In second place then, there was, in my opinion, a fantastic goal scored by Jerry Crowe of Longford. It was a particularly good goal for a number of reasons. The build-up, the approach to it by the Longford team, and then the manner in which Jerry Crowe got the ball very firmly and had to evade a close marking defender, and then shot from the left-hand side right across that goal, a rasping shot, and I place that as number 2. And in first place, Mikey Sheehy's goal in the Munster replay, I think. Here you had a build-up from very deep in the Kerry defence, and the scorer eventually getting possession, as many of the Kerry and Dublin teams of the last 5 or 6 years have done, by utilising the open space so effectively. And Mikey getting possession, and that having stayed away well behind his defender. And then the best part of it, in my opinion, shows the mastery of Mikey Sheehy as a man for placing a ball under any circumstances, with the goalkeeper coming out against him, that he just tapped it over his head into the goal. So I'd place Mikey Sheehy's goal as number 1.
The top 3 in the football goals were: first goal J scored by Mike Sheehy, second goal D by Jerry Crowe, and third goal L by Seamus Darby. Well, none of the postcards we received had the correct combination of JDL, but 4 entries were right with the first 2 goals, J and D. So from the draw here, the lucky viewer is Austin Grodden of Murrisk, Westport, County Mayo. And for Austin, it's 2 tickets to the football final next September. And of course, Waterford Crystal Trophy for Mike Sheehy to decorate his scoreboard, or his sideboard rather. Finally, it's the football saves that we asked Sean O'Sheacon to judge. So again, let's begin, Sean, with your number 3 choice.
Well, in third place again, I was looking for the expertise of the shot that was saved, and the alertness or anticipation of the goalkeeper, and the effectiveness of the save, as Pat had stated, not only to stop a ball, but to get it clear away. And in third place, I placed Save H by Peter Green of Fermanagh, a very good reaction to a high shot in from Fran McMahon. And in second place, Save J by Pádraig Coyne of Galway, in the semi-final from John Guinan. And the winner in first place, Save E by Martin Furlong of Offaly. here you had a rasping shot going into his right-hand corner, and where he anticipated, got in and had to reach high for it, and in so doing slapped it away out of danger.
And that results again. First save E by Martin Furlong in the league semi-finals. Second save J by Pádraig Coyne, and third save H by Peter Green. And that winning combination, EJH, was submitted by Patrick J. Ryan, Gary Lee, Mitchelstown, County Cork. And he's the lucky winner of 2 football final tickets. Well, our thanks, of course, to Sean O'Sheacon and to Pat Hartigan, and very special thanks to Liam Mulvihill of the GA for guaranteeing us the All-Ireland tickets for the '83 finals. Now let's turn to GA literature that's available for the Christmas reading, and I must say that despite the recession, there's a marvellous selection of those, starting with the Mackey story, which was published this week by the Limerick County Board to commemorate the memory of the late Mick Mackey, but it's also a tribute to the entire Mackey family and their special place in Limerick hurling. For young fans everywhere, the ideal present must be Gale Sport, the youth annual issued from Croke Park. It's got super photography and very eye-catching colour, a perfect present for boys and girls. And in yearbooks, Kilkenny have, of course, their great All-Ireland final triumphs to celebrate, and they do so with a very colourful annual, while Cork's defeat hasn't prevented them bringing out their usual high-standard yearbook. The football finalists, Offaly and Kerry, are also very prominent with excellent publications. Offaly's the responsibility of former star Eugene Mulligan, who did such a good job as the county's PRO for the last few years. And the Kerry yearbook is packed with special items of interest, and it's a top-class publication too. Dublin's is a larger format than they've had in latter years, and they concentrate, needless to say, on the minor footballers' success. And journalist Owen McCann, who had a hand in that Dublin publication, also brings out his own special annual on Gaelic sport, and it covers all aspects of the games. Well, the Laois yearbook also arrives in time for Christmas, and O'Moore County folk everywhere will want to get a copy, while the Down yearbook is without question the bumper one of all that we've received, as many as 170 pages in that one. Well, that's a lot of reading. And what a better way to spend the next few weeks or two. Well, our congratulations again to our Goals and Saves competition winners, both the players and our lucky viewers. And to all who watch us here on Saturday afternoon, we wish a very happy Christmas. Brendan.
Well, we have some more annuals that I'd like to tell you about now. The Irish Motorsport Annual for 1983. It's got 98 pages of text and some very nice pictures in there. And it's priced $2.50, including all taxes. Tommy Byrne there on the cover, inset, and
corner kick again to Belgium. Vandenberg and Cook within there throwing themselves at that. Now Belgium have positioned now 7 men around the Irish penalty area. Van der Eyken's corner to Garrett. And yet another corner. Belgium fourth it again. Once more, Van der Eyken. Again, nicely flighted. Cook has a shot. And a goal kick to Ireland. Having a quick check there on Dave Langan. He seems to be all right. Robinson. Mayo's taking no chances. Langan with Culliman. Culliman taking a very heavy knock there, and the referee's reaction to this will be interesting. At the least, it's dangerous play and very dangerous play. Tony Grealish, I think, having a word. He's certainly having a word with Langan. My guess would be that he's saying, come on, Dave, cool it. But there's no doubt that Cullinan is causing some problems. His height and his strength
problems for the Irish defence. Moment. Stapleton's header. Cloyton's in there. Cloyton's really battling. And it's Liam Brady who was back at the end. But Ireland under a tremendous bout of pressure here. And strangely, at the heart of it all, the goalkeeper, the Irish goalkeeper, hasn't had a save to make. 10 minutes to half-time. Jerry Daly. We haven't seen a lot of Jerry in this game. He's been asked to come back, play deep, and help out Langan. So it's a containing role for him. Langan in on Cook. Vandenberg back to Cook. Dispossessed by Brady. Brady trying to free Stapleton. Robinson. Brady. And a deal of flack flying in there. The end result of which is a Belgian ball. But Robinson was very quick. He read that so quickly. He almost got in before the Belgian defenders. Daly to Brady. Langan has made that run out on the right. Robinson. Dave Langan. Stapleton. Robinson. Robinson pushes and a free kick Belgium. Quick break. Cook, Culliman's dummy. Moment in possession. Here's Vandenberg, covered by Houghton. Another piece of brilliant defensive play by little Chris Houghton. Daly with moment. What a match Chris Houghton is having. One off the line and a couple of really superb interceptions. And they were never so badly needed. Minutes to the half-time in this World Cup match. Belgium 0, Ireland 0. Millicom and Ron Keane doing a very good job on Robinson and Stapleton. The midfielders not getting up to support them as often as the front players might like. But it's that sort of game. And a lot of it's been dictated by Belgium. Mayos. He's the sweeper. Cloyton. Overrun by Garrett. And Cloyton's again. Van der Eycken. Blocked by Grealish. Ronke. That's Frank Stapleton back at right back. Once more, Millicom beats Robinson in the air. Moment. Away goes Vandenberg. Took the return from Cook. Here's Culliman. Martin. His clearance picked up by Cloyton. So now Martin again. To Brady. Highway. Daly. Langan. And Grealish at outside right. Now Langan gives him a bit of width. Here's Martin and Brady. Houghton's just bottom of your picture there. That's for Robinson. Very good play by Meus at the back. And by Cook in possession. Garrett for Belgium. Cloyton. Free kick's been given against Liam Brady for the challenge on Garrett. Both sides complaining there. The Irishman that it wasn't a foul, and Garrett that he should have got the advantage. Moment. Cook. Vandenberg and McDonough. Hasn't touched a lot of that ball this evening, McDonough. Seven minutes to the half-time break. And Ireland holding on. Off Garrett. Houghton. Stapleton to Brady. Tension was good. Mullen. Van der Reken. And again, the fight's been brought up to the edge of the Irish penalty area. Houghton's challenge there on Cloyton. Brady. Sweet ball. Dave Langan. Promise here. Highway. Unfulfilled promise, and away come the Belgians with Cloyton, the sprinter of the front line, in possession. But the 1-2, the second part of it with Cook, very badly played. Brady for Highway. So the last 5 minutes now of the first half. And obstruction. But the other way, as far as Ireland are concerned, but Robinson getting nothing at all out of Ronking, the fullback who's been asked to mark him tonight, and likewise Stapleton and Millicom. Houghton with a Gary Owen. Moments to Meus. Highway. Langan. Oh, the way back was cut off by Vandenberg. And Langan did the right thing there. 1 second more, he could have been right in trouble. Houghton. Passing over his head. Here's Garrett. Well, it happened in the World Cup match in Paris when a cross from the left wing went over Chris Houghton's head like that. In that situation, I think lack of height was the factor. Just let's see if I'm right. As the ball comes across, it's Houghton beaten in the air. Highway trying to cover. Was there a handball anywhere by Garrett? Academic now, wide he hit it. Good flick on by Robinson. Stapleton. Daly. Belgian defence, absolute masters. Langan to Stapleton. Brady. Daly. Brady again. Too near the goalkeeper. And anyway, a goal kick. Kevin Moran. Two minutes to the half-time break. There was an injury to Dave Langan. Trainer was on the field, so maybe a little bit more. Handball. And some pushing. Free kicks for the pushing, leaning on by the Belgian defender, Muse. But it's coming near the stage in the game when Ireland should be having at least one shot in the first half. Here's Liam Brady with the free kick. Stapleton is the Irish player. That's as much as he could have hoped for there. So Jerry Daly with the throw. Stapleton. Offside Daly. In the circumstances, rather a silly offside. Moran with Culliman. Grealish, Daly, Brady and Daly again. Robinson's dummy, Grealish, arriving on the scene, but just that moment too late. Van der Reken, Meus, had a good match, the Belgian sweeper. Moment between Cullimans and Langan. Stapleton. Highway. Robinson. Stapleton. Robinson. Oh, it's nice. And a fairly cynical foul by Luke Millicom. Good piece of play by big Michael Robinson as the game is in injury time in the first half. Kevin Moran has come forward for it. So Ireland have positioned Moran, number 5, Stapleton, number 8, and Robinson, number 11. They're the only three. There's nobody out of shot. Stapleton! The referee is going to disallow it, I think. Once more, controversy surrounds Ireland in an important match. Now, what's the reason this time? The referee has his hand up for an indirect free kick. And look at it again. Stapleton went. Was he offside when the ball was played? I don't think so. But once more, a vital decision has gone against Ireland. Is it for the tackle on Meals? Well, controversy one more time. We were wondering today what the excuses would be at the end of this match. Own hand on his feet there. Absolutely dumbfounded, I should think, as Ireland's tale of woe continues. The man down is the Belgian sweeper Meals, but Stapleton had the ball in the net. And I didn't think there was a flag. The referee himself made the decision. But let's be fair, he was very well placed. When in the 3rd minute of injury time, first half. Well, the Irish supporters are irate at the moment. The Irish bench is likewise. And they've got to be asking, when is it going to end? Interesting that we didn't see another replay of it. But the fact of the matter is, the big electric scoreboard says Belgium 0, Ireland 0. Houghton for Stapleton. Referee looked at his watch. It's about half-time, and that's what it is. Half-time at the Heysel Stadium in Brussels, and the boos are most certainly from the Irish crowd. To go in, Liam Brady in a really irate, wants to go to the referee. Kevin Moran has gone to the referee. Quite sensational this is, because for the life of me, the Irish players, or for any of us, why was the goal disallowed? The Irish players want to know. Brady has had some harsh words to say. His colleagues pulled him away. But once more, we've got to say, when is it going to end, these sort of decisions away from home? But at half-time, as I go into the dressing room frustrated, all of my colleagues here in the television gantry believe that the Irish goal should have stood. The referee was very, very close to it, but badly placed. Badly placed to make a decision like that, that is, but very close to it, so perhaps he has his own reasons. But certainly, looking around, both Belgian and Irish in the press area here, everyone agrees it was a good goal. However, it doesn't stand, and that's that. 0-0. Let's say Ireland would settle for a 0-0 at the end of all this.